Hello everyone, welcome to another Fallout 76 mission guide, and today we're back for another brewing daily, and it's called Wasted on Rad Ant Lager. Hey everyone, I know you have been asking me to make more of these wasted and tipsy mission walkthroughs, but Biff has been very naughty to me lately, and he only gives me a very easy missions or ones that I have covered or done before that are not so relevant. And that's why I haven't been publishing that many videos about these daily type of mission. Anyway, today I'm going to bring you this Rad Ant Lager, which is a beer, and it's not that difficult to make, but it's not that easy either. So I decided to cover it, and I will bring you several locations for most of the materials, such as the ant meat and the nuclear material. So let's get into it, shall we? The first location here, you probably know about it. It's the Thunder Mountain Substation around the Watauga area. Sometimes it can spawn a legendary Deathclaw, but most of the time there are also some glowing ants around, and they will have a chance to drop ant meat. Now you need to keep in mind that they don't always drop it, but you know, it's normal. So just keep killing them, and eventually they will drop the meat that you so much need for this brewing recipe. Anyhow, if for some reason the ants are already dead, or if you have cockroaches instead, just server jump a few times and I'm sure you will find them in its due time. Be careful with the Deathclaw. In this case it wasn't really here, but it can kill you easily. Now, he likes to run away sometimes when you chase him, and if you get this sort of bug, you will be safe. If not, he will just attack you, and he is very powerful. As you can see, he's level 91, and he can kill you very easily, even in a power armor. So be very careful here. The second location is a bit to the north, is at the bootlegger's shack between the Cranberry Bog and the mire, and you can also find some decent amount of ants in here. They are usually around the shack, sometimes inside, and there they are. They're not that high level, but they often drop meat. I found them to be the ones dropping the most meat from the 3 locations that I'm presenting you. Also, they drop nuclear material. I forgot to say it in the last one, which is very handy for our mission. Another great location to farm ant meat is at Dollyside Wilderness, in this house right here, and sometimes you can even find a legendary ant inside this first building, which is awesome. Now keep in mind that you can find also some other enemies like rad rats and flies. There are also some ticks outside the house. They wander around. But inside you will often find ants, and as I mentioned, sometimes this one will be a legendary one. It's low level, but it's still an information I wanted to give you. Now, this one is not that rich in animals. There are usually 2-3, but in the other house you can find more. You will be able to find at least 3 more ants, and I think with this location you won't need to server jump that much if you just want to craft 1 or 2 drinks. Of course, if you want to craft more, then you will need to get more ant meat. Otherwise, this is a very great place to just come by, farm your meat, go away, and that's it. Alright, now let's move to nuclear waste. The first location I find very useful is at the Appalachian Peaks, where you can often find glowing animals such as wolves or mongrels, which are basically dog wolves, and they kind of drop nuclear waste quite often, but not always. But keep in mind that you should be able to get at least some nuclear waste by killing the ants in the previous locations, because they are all glowing, and as you probably know, glowing animals will drop or have a chance to drop nuclear waste. It's not only one specific animal or enemy, it's everything that glows has a chance to drop it. If you go to the Superior Sunset Farm, which is quite close to the previous location, you will also be able to find glowing creatures. They are usually around the shack, just across this small river here. And it's a nice location to farm nuclear waste without having to server jump. However, be prepared to face these Murlocs. They are quite high level, and the Murloc King can deal a lot of damage if you're not careful. And as you can see, he hit me once and he broke my leg. But overall, they drop some nice stuff. They have a chance to drop nuclear waste as well, and that's exactly what we are here for. A small note, don't forget the cranberries. There's some nice ones here too. Now that you surely have enough ant meat and nuclear material, we need some corn, and you can head to the General Steakhouse, which is pretty close to all the other locations I have shown you so far, and you will be able to find this legendary super mutant that usually spawns in the area, and then you can head to the small farm they have in the back part of the house. It's a rich garden, and you can find almost every veggie that you can plant in the game, as well as corn, which is what we need. So make sure to head there. It's here, as you can see, it's quite extensive, and the corn is right at the front from the entrance. Feel free to pick anything else that you might need, like tattoos or carrots. And then don't forget to get some water. Before you head back to a brewing station or to your camp, if you have a brewing station there, don't forget to pick up some wood as well as some dirty water, because we need both things to craft a recipe as every beverage. Now I have water right next to my door, so that's never a problem. But if you don't, you might want to go to a natural source of water, because purified water doesn't count here. Then you can go to a cooking station and boil all your dirty water for some goodies. We've got all the ingredients we need, so now it's time to head to a brewing station and finally craft it. So go to beers, and then you will see the Rad Ant Lager. In my case, it's the last option, and then craft as many as you can or want. You will receive a mission update, and then you have to let it age in your fermenter or inventory. After waiting some good 20 minutes to let your drink ferment, you can pick it up and then return to Biff to complete your mission. It is that simple, and as usual, you need to talk to him a few times until he's sober enough to talk to you and give you what rushes yours. I mean the rewards, of course, but yeah, you can expect to get anything, and it's just a little bit of ranting, but I am usually getting repeated recipes, but I am missing so many, which is quite confusing. Why am I not getting new recipes at all? Well, I hope in the next couple of days that will change, because it's a bit annoying at this point. Especially when someone asks me to cover a specific drink and I'm like, okay, but I don't have it yet. God damn it. But it is how it is, and that's going to be all for today's guide. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will deliver more as soon as possible. I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, if you're not subscribed yet, then make sure to click the subscribe button below and to leave a comment as well. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!
Wow.